morning, JPN. So as we proceed to the event proper, we ask everyone to be reminded of the following house rules. First, change your Zoom name to the following format: year level _ your first name.
You're all encouraged to open your video.
Microphone should be muted unless allowed by the speakers to prevent unnecessary disturbances.
Prepare a pen or paper or any digital noting device.
Participate and avoid any distractions.
Observe respect and proper behavior throughout the event.
Lastly, be excited and expect something to learn. Good morning, JPNs. Welcome to DOMI, Parkour 4 tutorial session. DOMI is a Greek word for structure, which as JPNs should have a firm construction of for us to unlock our profound abilities.
That's right, Cor. This marks the 4th Partnership and Corporation Accounting tutorial which the JP at JP Manila prepared for us in partnership with Youth on the Rock. I am Jenny Hidalgo, 3rd-year accountancy student.
And I am Ariel Maricor Moica, 3rd-year BS Accountancy, and we are your hosts for today. We are hoping that you will enjoy and grasp new learnings from our valuable speakers for this session.
Now for the opening remarks, may we call on the JPA Director for Academic Affairs, Mr. Kelly John Paulo Calapano. Let's give him a warm round of applause.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes po.
Ayun, I apologize kung wala akong video ngayon kasi for some reason nag-restart yung laptop ko and I'm connecting from my phone kasi yun, may konting problem sa camera. So ayun, since ito na nga yung 4th and last session natin, I'm pretty sure na most of our attendees are already aware kung ano yung origin or etymology ng event, DOM, which is a Greek word for structure. And, gusto ko lang din, di ko alam kung saan galing yung picture na yan. But yun, I want to say thank you to everyone who continually participated in our sessions na nag-remain faithful attending the sessions, even the one na hindi natin na-conduct. And I'm thankful to everyone na tumulong para to make this event possible. So, and ayun, hindi dito nag-end yung session natin. Meron pa tayong for corporation. So, I'm hoping na I'll see you there and that we get to spend more Sundays learning instead na nakatunga nga lang tayo, which is what I usually do. Pero wag niyo akong gagayahin. That's not role model thing. So, siguro end ko na dito yung introduction ko since yun lang naman yung gusto ko sabihin. And I'm hoping nakaligo na kayo kasi ang lamig-lamig. And I'm hoping nag-breakfast na rin kayo para energize tayo today. And now, I would like to turn the microphone or the audio over to Youth on the Rock's very own National Youth Director, Ms. Joy Marie M. Reyes, for her motivational talk. Ms. Joy.
Ayan, good morning. Naririnig niyo ba ako? Ayan, sige, pwede ba mag-thumbs up kayo kung naririnig niyo ako? Ayan, so good morning sa bawat isa and Happy New Year na rin. Kasi ngayon lang tayo ulit nagkita. Ayan, so excited ako at talagang magkakaroon ulit tayo ng ganito. Pero mas excited ako sa i-share ko sa inyo kasi alam ko na talagang pag accounting students, no, minsan hindi mo na naiisip kung ano yung mga nangyayari sa buhay mo. Tama ba? Kasi puro subject na lang yung iniisip nyo, tama ba? Pero yun yung pati Sunday, may tutorials pa kayo. So, pwede bang palakpakan nyo naman yung sarili nyo sa pagpapagal, no? Sa inyong pag-aaral, no? I hope ako, ang prayer ko sa inyo, lahat kayo, no? Maging CPA. Ayun, come on. Sino dito gusto niya maging CPA? Come on, sige. Type mo, gusto ko yun. Gusto ko maging CPA. Magiging CPA ako. Okay? Pero bago tayo mag-start, syempre, siguro, para malaman ko, no, kasi yung pumasok na ulit yung 2021, 'di ba? And alam mo yon, ang bilis ng bakasyon, tama ba? Parang sino dito nabilisan sa bakasyon? Sino dito gusto mag-extend ng bakasyon? Wag naman, baka makalimutan niyo na yung pinag-aralan niyo eh. Okay, pero one word muna, no? Type niyo sa chat box natin since konti pa lang naman tayo na nandito. One word, 'di ba? Kamusta naman ngayong pumasok yung 2021? Ano yung hashtag mo ngayong taon? Sige nga. Ay pwede mo bang i-type sa chat box natin yung hashtag mo ngayong taon nito, yung pumasok yung 2021, ano yung naging hashtag nyo? Sige, tignan nga natin. Okay, hashtag intentional. Wow naman, si Coach Mondi. Hashtag calm. Bakit? Parang si Paolo, parang madami na pinagdadaanan, kinakalma niya yung sarili niya. Determined, hopeful, di susuko. Wow. Si Jenny, hindi daw siya suko. Patience. Si Shell siya. Tama ba ako? Yan. So, better than yesterday. Wow. Akala ko better than next year eh. Last year. Papasa, si Kelly. Wow. Hashtag ikaw pa rin CPA. Ayun. Tama. Alright, grabe 'no, nakakatuwa yung mga hashtag niyo 'no. Kaya kailangan dapat yung mga hashtag niyo na 'yan 'no, is talagang niyo siya, alam mo 'yun, ito yung magiging paalala sa inyo ngayong taon, 'di ba, na lumaban, okay? Mga declaration, 'di ba, na hindi ako susuko ngayong taon na 'to, 'di ba? Kasi although nag-extend po yung pandemic natin, hindi pa rin tayo makalabas kasi hindi pa naman sure kung kailan tayo makakalabas. Pero nakakalabas naman na tayo, 'di ba? Sino dito nakakalabas na sa inyo, 'di ba? Nakakalabas na, kaya lang hindi pa tayo puwedeng bumalik sa school kasi siyempre ang dami-daming tao. Pero siyempre tuloy pa rin ang pag-aaral kasi meron tayong pangarap na gustong abutin, tama ba? Kasi lahat naman tayo, 'di ba, kaya tayo nag-aaral kasi may pangarap tayo, okay? Kaya po pag-uusapan natin today, okay, ang gusto kong i-share sa inyo is all about dream, okay? Pangarap, 'di ba? Dare to dream, okay? Sino dito nung tinake niya yung course na accountancy, nilakasan niya talaga loob niya, bahala na kung anong mangyayari sa akin basta gusto kong maging CPA. Pero alam mo, naririnig mo, ang hirap kaya ng course na 'yon. Sige, mag-heart ka kung ikaw 'to na parang, yung kinabahan kang pumasok ka ng accountancy tapos hindi mo alam na ang hirap pala nito. Okay, sino dito kinakabahan or talagang naglakas ng loob na talagang kahit hindi niya, alam mo 'yun, hindi niya alam kung ano mangyayari sa kanya pero gusto niya 'tong, course na ito. Ayan, so I hope, 'di ba, lahat tayo na nandito ngayon is kaya tayo nandito, kaya tayo nag-aaral kasi gusto natin na may pangarap tayo na maging CPA. 'Di ba? Wala naman po dito na pangarap maging engineer, 'di ba? Wala naman. Or some of us, yung mga iba na parang gusto ko sana mag-engineer kaya lang ewan ko ba ba't ako napunta sa accountancy, 'di ba? So, ako sobrang hanga ako sa mga nag-a-accountancy, 'di ba? Kasi may board exam, eh. Hanga ako sa mga taong kumukuha ng may board exam. Kasi yung mga ganyan kailangan lagi nag-aaral. Sino dito naman nagsisisi na bakit kinuha niya yung accountancy? Sige, may nagsisisi ba dito? Umamin na. Sige, okay lang 'yan. Wala, tatapusin mo na. Kung third year ka na, fourth year ka na, 'di ba? Kung first year ka naman, itong habang first year ka, no, maliliwanagan ka na kung bakit nandito ka. Okay? So, ayan. So, salamat kasi talagang kayo ay nagpursige dito sa kurso na to. Okay? So, yan yung pag-uusapan na Dare to Dream. Okay? Sino sa inyo ang naniniwala ang lahat ng seed ay may kapasidad na mag-produce ng halaman? Okay? Sige, thumbs up kayo dyan. Sige, mag-thumbs up kayo. Naniniwala ka bang lahat ng seed, okay, binhi ay magiging may kakayahan maging halaman? Sige, thumbs up tayo. Ayan, sige, mag-thumbs up kayo para may kausap tayo. Ayan. Hindi ko alam kung naririnig. Naririnig yun naman ako, no? Ayan. Alright. So, naniniwala. Okay? So, syempre, no, lahat naman tayo magsasabi ng yes, 'di ba? Kasi kaya nga siya, binhi. 'Di ba? Ibig sabihin, pag isang buto, tutubo yan ng halaman or kaya magpo-produce yan ng puno, tapos magkakaroon ng bunga. Okay? Pero ito ang tanong ko ngayon. Bakit kaya hindi lahat ng seed ay hindi nagkakaroon ng pagkakataon para maging halaman? Okay? 'Di ba? Bakit kaya? 'Di ba? Parang may mga bini tayo, 'di ba? May mga seed, pero hindi sila nagiging halaman, 'di ba? Bakit kaya? Yan ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon sa ating topic na Dare to Dream. Okay? But, okay, let's start define dream. Ano ba ang pangarap sa Tagalog? Okay? Dream are the cherished aspiration. Wow, cherished aspiration, ambition, or ideals of a person. Okay? Isip-isip mo to, ito yung gusto mong mangyari sa buhay mo, ito yung nakikita mong magiging ikaw. Wow. 'Di ba? So, yung alimbawa, 'di ba natutulog ka, no? Napapanaginipan mo, no? May lisensya ka na, 'di ba? Tapos pagkagising mo, wala pa pala. Joke lang. 'Di ba? Mag-aaral pa pala ako ng madami. So, ito po ay kasi yan yung lahat naman ng tao actually or tayong lahat, 'di ba? Bata ka pa lang may pangarap kayo. Iba nga ang pangarap niyan, pag tinatanong tayo ng magulang natin, ano bang gusto mong paglaki mo, anong pangarap mo? Okay? Sabi yung iba hindi na lumaki, no? Pero may pangarap pa rin, 'di ba? No. So yung iba, ang ano nila, ako dati pangarap ko talaga maging engineer. Okay? Okay, para makatulong sa kapwa. Okay? Iba naman gustong maging kapwa para hayahay. Okay? So, ang dami nating pangarap nung bata pa lang tayo, 'di ba? So, yun yung gustong-gusto natin na maging ikaw. Pero ito, meron akong isang nabasa na sinabi ni Miles Monroe. Natutuwa ako dito sa sinabi niya about the dream. Okay? So, ito yung ito yung definition, 'di ba? Dreams are visual manifestation of the seed of destiny, okay? Planted in the spirit and soul of each human by his creator. Alam niyo ba na ang ating pangarap, okay, sabi nito ay sayang parang binhi. Okay, na kung saan ito kapag itinanim mo to, okay, makikita mo kung ano yung magiging kakalabasan nito. Tama ba? At alam nyo ba na ang bawat pangarap natin ay hindi yan basta-basta mo naiisip na lang o gagawin. Tama ba? Minsan nagtataka ka, o nga no, bakit ako naging ganito? Bakit to nalagay sa heart ko? Okay? Kasi ito daw ay ibinigay, okay, ng ating creator dun sa spirit and soul natin. Hindi mo siya mararamdaman, hindi mo siya gugustuhin nang wala lang. Tama ba? So, ibig sabihin, meron naglagay sa'yo niyan kung bakit mo siya nagustuhan. Tama ba? Di ba? Parang yung crush mo, ba't ko ba ito nagustuhan? Di ba? Ang baho naman ng hininga nito. Joke lang. Di ba? So, kumbaga parang ito yung may nilagay sa atin ng creator natin. Okay? So, pero ang tanong, lahat tayo, I know, ito, sabihin na natin, lahat tayo may pangarap. Bakit ang tanong ngayon, why does most of our dreams don't turn into reality? Kasi sabi, dreams are visual manifestation. Ibig sabihin, dapat mangyari, nakikita mo na mangyayari. Pero bakit hindi ito nangyayari in reality. Parang ganito, expectation, magiging CPA, reality, 'di ba? Anong nangyari? Naging finance management. Wow, joke lang. 'Di ba? May mga ganun, 'di ba? Dati, ito expectation mo eh, 'di ba? Expectation, CPA license, reality, driver's license. Wow. At least, 'di ba, mayroong kang kotse, 'di ba? Okay? So, bakit gano'n? Bakit hindi siya nangyayari? Kasi maraming kabataan yung gano'n eh. Na ang tindi ng pangarap, ng aral, tapos anong nangyari sa'yo? 'Di ba? Meron ba kayong nakitang tao na gano'n na parang pambira ng tao 'to, anong nangyari kaya dito? Ang daming pangarap nito, ang galing-galing nito, tapos biglang hindi na nangyari. Anong nangyari sa buhay niya? Okay? So, kasi bakit? Bakit nga ba? Okay, bakit madaming tao ang ito pa, nagse-settle, ayan, na alam mo puwede na lang, puwede na 'to kasi natakot po sila. It because of fear, 'di ba? Kasi maraming tao ano, hindi naaasam yung tagumpay, alam niyo kung bakit? Natakot sila, 'di ba? Parang ikaw ba naman, 'di ba? Haharap ka pa lang sa exam mo, sino dito, aminin natin, bago ka mag-exam, lagi 'pag accounting, 'di ba? Lalo na 'pag major, sino dito laging takot na feeling niya babagsak siya? Ganyan po natatawa po ako minsan sa mga estudyante. Nagre-review pero lagi niyang sabi, "Hala, baka bumagsak ako." Sabi ko, "Wag ka na mag-review kasi iniisip mo babagsak ka din." 'Di ba? Kasi kung lagi mo iniisip babagsak ka talaga. 'Di ba? So, ang daming tao kasi alam niyo 'yun, minsan ano, eh, hindi nangyayari din yung fear na yung natatakot sila kasi ano, eh, parang gusto nila hanggang dito na lang ako, siguro hanggang dito lang ako. Natatakot din silang, alam mo 'yun, yung umalis sa comfort zone nila. Sanay na sila dun sa mga bagay na kinasanayan nila. Halimbawa, gustong mong magkaroon ng uno, 'di ba? Pero natatakot ka na mag-excel sa pag-aaral mo, eh, pambihira paano ka magkakaroon ng uno, 'di ba? So, alam mo yun, isa po nakakalungkot 'no, na nakikita ko sa mga kabataan ngayon is puro sana na lang, sana all, 'di ba? Sino dito hilig sana all, ganyan, 'di ba? Pero alam mo yun, hindi nangyayari sa kanya yung pangarap niya kasi takot siya, eh, okey? Takot. Alam niyo ba na anong takot ba ang meron yung mga kabataan ngayon, okey? Unang-una is the fear of failure and embarrassment. Ayan, marami pong tao kaya ayaw na nilang yung pangarap nila hindi natutuloy kasi natatakot silang magkamali. Kaya nga uso okey lang 'yan, pangarap lang naman, eh. Alam niyo 'yun, parang ngayon po ang salitang pangarap ay lang na lang. That's the reality. Parang ano lang siya, mangarap ka lang ng malaki, okey lang 'yan, 'di naman mangyayari 'yan. Nage-gets niyo? Parang tayo pinagtatawanan po natin yung mga tao na ang laki-laki ng pangarap, sasabihin natin, "Di naman mangyayari 'yan sa isip-isip natin, imposible 'yan." Tama ba? Sino dito, sige umamin dito na meron siyang gano'n na parang inisip niya sa ibang tao na, natawa siya nung sinabi yung pangarap niya. Sige nga, mag-thumbs up ka. May gano'n ka ba? Ang tawag sa'yo bully ka. Bully ka, eh, pangarap yung tao binubully mo. Okey? So, maraming pangarap ang hindi nakakamit dahil natakot magkamali. That's the reality. Kaya po takot tayo kasi takot tayo magkamali. Ayaw po natin ng failure, tama ba? Lalo na kung matalino tayo, 'di ba? Ikaw sana yung alam mo yun, parang ganito yun, eh, ikaw sana yung makakasagot ng pa-recitation ng teacher mo na merong plus points sa finals niyo pero hindi ka nagtaas ng kamay kasi alam mo bakit? Natatakot ka baka mali yung sagot mo. Tama ba? Kaya nga yung iba nag-o-off cam, eh, para hindi matawag, eh. Tama ba? Sino dito yung nag-o-off cam 'pag nagtatawag na si teacher, eh, wala, eh, may class card si teacher, 'di ba? So yun, takot tayo mapahiya, okey? Kaya nga ngayon Sa totoo lang, 'di ba? Oh, biglang disconnected kunyari, "Sorry po ma'am, hindi ko po narinig." 'Di ba? 'Di ba? Halimbawa, 'di ba, gusto mong maging accountant talaga, pangarap mong maging yun yung talagang pangarap mo someday. Kaso hindi mo tinuloy kasi natakot ka, sa mga sinabi ng tao sa'yo na ang hirap ng course na 'yan, 'di ba? At hindi madali yung course na 'yan kasi baka hindi mo kayanin, maraming puyat diyan, matututo kang magkape diyan, 'di ba? Sino dito yung natutong magkape dahil dahil sa course na 'to? Alam mo yun, coffee is life, 'di ba? Alam mo yun, ang hirap nitong course na 'to, 'di ba? Hindi mo kakayanin 'yan, yung mga first year diyan, 'di ba? Makikita mo yung mga fourth year, third year, parang umiiyak na, sasabihin, "Itutuloy ko pa ba 'to?" Okey? Alam mo yun, ang dami mong gusto mo siyang simulan kaya lang takot kang mag-take ng risk kasi baka hindi, mangyari or baka alam mo yung nakakatakot yung sasabihin ng ibang tao. Alam niyo marami pong takot magkamali. Kasi siyempre natatakot sila sa sasabihin ng mga tao. Kaya nga minsan totoo yun 'no, pagka may, board exam ka, nakaka-pressure, eh. Kasi ang daming nag-aantay sa'yo na magulang mo na 'di ba, "Paano 'pag bumagsak ako? Mafe-fail ko sila." 'Di ba? Kaya ang hilig po natin actually yung mga tao pong takot mag-failure, 'di ba? Kasi dahil, sa sasabihin ng ibang tao, ito po yung mga tao na napaka-ano, lagi nilang iniisip yung ibang tao. Ito yung mga taong people pleaser, 'di ba? Ka-please ng ibang tao, nakakalimutan mo na kung bakit mo 'yan kinuha, ano yung dahilan. 'Di ba, wag po nating kakalimutan 'yan. Kasi kung gusto mo, 'di ba, kasi ito yung pinaka nakakalungkot po. Alam niyo po ba, fear can paralyze you. Alam niyo pa-paralyze ka 'yan, parang ano 'yan, halimbawa tayong mga babae, 'di ba takot tayo sa ipis? Sinong dito takot sa ipis? 'Di ba? Alam mo ba yung ipis, buti nga yung ipis tinitilian ng mga babae, 'no? 'Di ba? Daig pa si Kelly, eh. 'Pag yung ipis dumaan titilian, eh. Joke lang. Yung picture yung picture ni Kelly, 'di ba, joke lang Kelly. Okey, 'di ba, yung ipis, 'di ba 'pag dumaan yung ipis, 'di ba para kang titigil ka o kaya daga, 'di ba, titigil ka para kang na-paralyze, hindi ka makakilos, 'di ba, parang gano'n po ang fear. Para kang napaparalyze tapos hindi mo alam, wala na palang nangyayari sa buhay mo. Yan ang reality. Hindi ka na nakakakilos, wala pang nangyayari sa buhay mo, 'di ba? Kasi nga sabi nga ni Miles Monroe, sabi niya ulit, "One of the greatest strategies in life is to watch potential, okay, die on top." Okey? Alam mo 'yun, yung yung kaya yung nakikita mo yung isang tao na may pangarap, pero hindi niya natutupad yung pangarap niya, hindi na yung potential niya hindi nalalabas, hindi siya papunta sa pangarap niya. Kasi bakit? Takot siya. Tama ba? Takot siya, eh. Okey, kaya nga po dito sa Youth on Track, 'di ba, yung mga kabataan ako sa totoo lang po, madami po akong takot sa buhay ko na na-unleash because 'di ba, tinuruan po ako ng leader ko na, "Bakit ka matatakot? Eh, hindi mo naman talaga alam yung mangyayari." 'Di ba minsan kasi, di mo naman talaga alam kung magfe-fail ka o hindi hangga't hindi mo susubukan. Nage-gets niyo? Paano mo malalaman? Kaya nga you are ready to take the risk kahit hindi mo kaya, hindi mo alam kung ano ba yung mangyayari dun. Pero dahil gusto mo 'to at pangarap mo 'to, 'di ba, huwag kang matakot. Kasi sayang, eh. Tinignan mo na lang yung pangarap mo, hindi ang pangarap ay hindi tinitignan. Ito ay nilalapitan, okey? So, kasi why? The greater strategy is to watch potential, live and release, okey? Nakita mo na hindi nangyari kasi takot ka, sayang naman. Huwag kang matakot, okey? Huwag kang matakot, okey? And pangalawang fear of accountability and responsibility. Marami pong tao o kabataan. Takot po sila na mangarap ng malaki kasi ayaw nila ng responsibilidad. Diba? Tama ba? Ikaw nga estudyante ka, ayoko maging officer. Ayoko nga mag-ayos-ayos ng mga ano. Diba? Eh, diba? Ang hirap kaya, tama ba Kelly? Ang hirap kaya mag-ayos ng mga tutorials na ganito. Diba? Tapos hindi naman ang ating yung iba. Ayoko. Responsibility yan. Diba? Yung mga officers, diba? Hindi naman dito nung talagang ano, diba? Hindi. Okay? So, tandaan natin, yung accountability, takot tayo doon sa responsibility. Diba? Siguro pwede nating sabihin na ang fear na ito ay kinatatakutan ng marami. Kasi, alam mo yon, gusto nilang mag-success. Kaya lang, okay, alam mo yon, tatakot sila dun sa, mangyayari. Kaya yung iba, meron ng classmate, natatawa ako. Matalino siya eh. Pero ayaw niyang masyadong masyadong parang, alam mo yung maging active. Kasi nga parang sabi niya, ayoko, ako na naman papagawain. Kaya yung iba natatakot maging magaling eh, kasi lagi sila yung uutusan eh. Sila yung, sila yung gagawa nito. Sana pala hindi ko nang pinakita yung potential ko, iutusan tuloy ako, di ba? Kasi takot eh. Okay, pero minsan, yung mga responsibility na meron tayo, kasama kasi yun dun sa pangarap mo. Kung hindi ka marunong mag-handle ng maliit na bagay, hindi mo mahahawakan yung pangarap mo. Okay? Kasi alam niyo po ba, ang pagiging CPA, hindi basta-basta. Diba? May accountability to pag nagtrabaho ka na ba sa kumpanya. Meron nga kayong, di ba, sinusumpaan na bawal kayo manloko. Eh, paano kung makaharap ka ng boss? Tama? Na gusto dayain mo to. Oh, di ba? So, kumbaga, asa na yung CPA ka nga, di ba? It's a responsibility. Lagi niyong tatandaan. Kasi maraming pangarap ang hindi nagma-materialize dahil madaming tao ang takot sa responsibilidad ng success kapag nakuha nila. Takot sila sa commitment. Dahil ang mga alam mo yon, dahil baka yung mga importanteng bagay sa buhay nila ay mabitawan na nila. Tama ba? Lalo na tayo, no? Yung pag mga accounting student, no? Di ba? Puro aral na lang. Di ba? Wala na ibang buhay yan, kundi pag-aaral na lang. Di ba? Nakakalimutan na nila na yung ibang responsibility nila sa buhay nila. Takot sila sa commitment, kaya ayaw nilang sumali-sali sa iba-ibang organization. Ayoko, lang yan, mag-aaral na lang ako. Di ba? Kasi takot sila sa commitment eh. Pero ito yung magre-release sa kanila ng potential pa. Tama ba? So, alam mo yon, kaya nga minsan yung iba nagsisettle na lang sa less. Okay? So, nakakalungkot po ito, pero actually, kung titignan po natin, ngayon po ang mundo natin ganyan. Halos lahat ng social, cultural environment natin gumagalaw against our dreams. 'Di ba? Pinipigilan tayo nito. At pinipilit na ang mundo na, alam mo yon, na huwag ka nang mangarap. Okay na yan. Okay na yung meron ka ngayon. 'Di ba? Alam mo yon, nakakalungkot. Alam mo yun, ako minsan, every time na I see young people, ewan ko ba, nag-aaral na lang sila pero wala na yung passion. Alam mo yung, alam mo yun, I want to see a young people na nag-aaral sila, passionate sila sa ginagawa nila. Alam mo yung parang excited sila. Alam mo yun, ngayon yung mga estudyante, hindi na sila excited. Ang gusto nga nila, puro bakasyon eh. Tao ba? Hindi na excited, di na passionate dun sa ginagawa nila. Okay? Kasi bakit? Gusto na nila mag-settle na lang doon. Okay lang, okay na yun. Basta pumasa tayo, okay na yun. Okay? So, guys, tandaan natin, you can do more. You can do better than this, than that. 'Di ba? So, kung discourage ka sa ginagawa mo na parang feeling mo parang walang nangyayari sa'yo, hindi yan totoo. Alam mo ba, ang progress hindi naman agad-agad yan. Ang success hindi agad-agad yan. Unti-unti, at least may nangyayari sa buhay mo. Ang problema kasi sa atin, dahil takot tayo, walang nangyayari sa buhay natin. Okay? Sayang po. Kaya po kami dito sa Youth on Track, ayaw po namin masayang potential na isang tao. Marami pong takot. Ako, madami akong madami ako pong ang estudyante na mini-mentoran na talagang takot sila eh. Sabi, ate, natakot ako sa, di ko alam kung may potential ba talaga ako, wala, diba? Pero sabi ko sa kanya, if you want that dream, di ba, ipupush ka namin, doon na mangyari yan. Kasi po, dito po sa Youth on the Rock, hayo ka lang po namin turuan mangarap. Gusto po namin mangyari ang pangarap mo na yan. Okay, gusto po namin mangyari ang pangarap na yan. And tanong, how to defeat your fear? Okay, to defeat your fear, sabi nga dito sa nabasa ko, all things are possible for one who believes. Kung ikaw gusto may pangarap ka, at yung pangarap na yan, hindi basta-bastang pangarap na, kaya ka nandyan ngayon, kasi nilagay yan ng creator mo sa'yo. So, dapat maniwala ka, okay, na kaya mo yan. Nagigets mo? Maniwala ka, kaya ka nandyan, may purpose, at kaya mo yan. Tandaan nyo, every problem is meron siyang sagot. Okay? Wala namang problema na walang solusyon. Parang yung exam mo, di ba, may tamang sagot dyan. Kaya lang hindi mo alam yung tamang sagot. Kasi hindi ka naniniwala, no? Na tama yung sagot mo. Kasi hindi ka nag-aral. Okay? So, hindi para, gusto ko itong mo, para hindi natin pakabain yung topic natin na to. Just believe. Kung may pangarap ka ngayon, maniwala ka na yung pangarap na yan ay maaabot mo. Walang ibang maniniwala muna sa'yo, kundi yung sarili mo. Maniwala ka doon sa naglagay ng pangarap na yan at maniwala kang kaya mo yun. Hindi yan ilalagay sa'yo ng wala lang. Okay? So, kaya nga dito, di ba, we believe dito sa Youth on the Rock, lahat po ng mga kabataan, sila po ay pag-asa ng bayan, sila ang mga future leaders. Okay? Kaya nga dito, pinupush natin, diba, na magkaroon ka ng pangarap. Kaya ayaw po namin ng parang wala lang estudyante. Gusto po namin yung may impact, yung may influence. Diba? Kasi bakit? May pangarap ka. Kasi ang totoong pangarap, nakaka-impluwensya ng ibang tao. Hindi lang yun sa'yo. Okay? Eventually, it will create, diba, an impact to people around you. Okay? So, kaya tandaan natin, guys, magtiwala ka, maniwala ka na kaya mo yan. Kasi ako naniniwala ako, yung pangarap mo, kaya ka nandito ngayon, okay? Nag-aaral ka ngayon na accountancy. Okay? At naniniwala ako na kaya mo yan. Okay, kaya mo yan. Sige, i-cheer mo nga yung katabi mo dyan, o i-chat mo yung iba na sa'yo, kaya mo yan, kaya natin to. Di ba? Kaya natin to, matatapos natin to. Di ba? Tama na yung i-allow natin yung takot, di ba? Di ba? Hayaan natin yung pangarap natin. Doon tayo, maging driven tayo noon. Kaya passionate tayong pumasok, excited tayo na mag-aral, excited tayo. Every time na mag-exam, sana excited ka na. Di ba? Kasi yung iba hindi excited mag-exam. Di ba? Ako, alam mo yun, nakakatuwa kaya kapag nakakita ka, no, yung pag-teacher ka siguro, wow, excited sila mag-exam. Kasi bakit? Ma'am, may pangarap po kami. And I want to be excited na mangyari po tong pangarap na to. Okay? Let's take the risk. Okay? Let's believe na kaya mo. Okay? Kasi, di ba? Naniniwala. That's why, ito, I challenge you, no? Kung gusto mong, di ba, simulan yung pangarap mo, mag-commit ka at ilabas mo yung full potential mo. Gawin mo lahat. Ito, huwag kang susuko kung alam mong hindi mo pa nalalabas lahat ng best mo. Kung meron ka pa, kaya mo pa. Ibig sabihin, huwag kang susuko. Okay? So, kaya tandaan natin, maging accountable tayo. Huwag tayong matakot sa failure and embarrassment, but maging responsible tayo dun sa gagawin natin. Kasi merong nilagay sa'yo na talento, yung lumikha sa'yo, yung creator natin, para magawa mo yung pangarap na yan. Kaya dito sa Youth on the Rock, we dare you, okay, to your dream. Okay? Kaya dito, lahat tayo, sabay-sabay natin. Kami, ipupush ka namin. Hanggat sa kaya namin, hanggang buhay po kami. Ayun, ako po, yun po yung talagang sinabi ko sa sarili ko. I will coach young people na hanggat kaya ko pa na mangyari yung pangarap nila. Alam niyo po ba, meron akong gusto i-share. Meron po ako isang life coach. Siya po ay, teacher siya. Okay, may let din. Then, siya sa amin sa Youth on the Rock. Sabi niya, pala-aral siya pala-aral siyang bata. So sabi niya, ayoko pong sumali kasi sa mga ganyan muna kasi gusto kong mag-aral. Kasi challenge ko siya. Kung alam mo na ito ay magpupush sa'yo para mas makita mo, maging passionate ka pa sa pag-aaral mo, mag-excel ka. Diba? Diba? I-push mo to. Diba? Hindi ka namin pipigilan dyan sa pangarap mo. Dito, mas lalo kang magiging passionate, mas lalo kang mag-excel. And true enough, nakakatuwa. Kasi, na siya ngayon nag-graduate siya ng magna cum laude. As in, and she is one of our coordinator, di ba? Sa Youth on the Rock. Sa po siya maging mahusay na leader namin. Natutuwa ako. Kasi naging let passer din siya. Ngayon, alam mo yon, pumasok siya sa State University kahit wala pa siyang license, wala pa siyang masteral, nakakapagturo siya sa college. Kasi dahil may talento siya Okay? So, kulang na lang niya MA. So, di ba, yung pangarap niya nangyari. Kasi bakit? Hindi siya natakot. So, kung gusto mo mangyari din yung pangarap mo sa'yo, di ba? Gusto po namin yung mangyari sa'yo, kaya wag kang matakot. Okay? So, that's all. And I hope and I pray na lahat kayo, push nyo yung pangarap nyo. 2021, hindi pa tapos kung hanggang first year ka pa lang ngayon, hanggang fourth year, hanggat hindi pa tapos yung pag-aaral mo, hindi mo pa nakuha yung pangarap mo, wag kang titigil. Okay? And lastly, meron assignment ko na lang to sa inyo. Ito ay i-meditate nyo, pag nilay-nilayan nyo. Anong pangarap mo? Yung mga bagay ka ba na pumipigil sa'yo na to pa rin ay ang mga ito? Handa ka bang mag-take ng risk para mangyari yan? Okay, saan ka matutulungan ng Youth on the Rock para to pa rin ang pangarap mo? So, sagutan nyo yan, assignment nyo yan. Okay, hindi na to mahirap na assignment, guys. Sasagutin nyo lang yan. Okay? So, I hope. Tapos, kung ano yung sagot nyo, ayan, ibigay nyo na lang siguro sa amin. Okay, para makita namin kung saan namin kayo matutulungan. And salamat! Thank you! And God bless, guys.
Thank you, Ms. Reyes, for the inspirational and encouraging message to our JPians. Thank you for this day, Paula. We are very grateful that you motivate us to dare to dream, to see our potential, and to not be hindered by fear. And most importantly po na to believe in our dreams that it will happen soon. And our participants will surely be motivated to listen and learn in today's event. Let us give Ms. Reyes a round of applause.
Yeah. Ayan. Thank you very much po ulit, Ms. Reyes, for that motivational talk. And now, JPNs, are you ready to learn in today's partnership tutorial session? With that, I am honored to introduce our guest lecturer for today. She is a BS Accountancy graduate of the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Manila, and became a certified public accountant in 2014. She possessed a certificate of distinguished performance and was also a former audit assistant manager in RG Manabat & Co., also known as KPMG here in the Philippines, and currently she is a financial reporting assistant manager in Armscore Global Shared Services Incorporated. Let us all welcome Ms. Sian M. Cruz, CPA, CMA. Let's give her a warm round of applause. Morning po.
Hi guys! Wait lang may isasend lang ako sa chat. Please check. Kakailanganin natin ito sa discussion. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Welcome to our discussion for the partnership liquidation. That before everything, I want to introduce a little bit about myself. So, as Jenny said, and I graduated from the Polytechnic University of the Philippines last 2014, and then took the board exam right after review in 2014 also. Then I started to work in KPMG, one of the big four auditing firms also internationally, and after 4 years of uh, hard work, charot. After 4 years ng pagpupuyat at pagtatrabaho sa KPMG, I transferred and started working for the Arms Corps Global Shared Services Incorporated. So basically, during my in my 6 years of working, hindi ko pa na-encounter yung partnership liquidation. Since I work in KPMG, it's one of the biggest partnership here in the Philippines. So it's unlikely naman na magdi-dissolve or magli-liquidate sila. But of course, for the board exam, and kailangan natin to para pumasa sa college, we will be discussing about partnership liquidation. I'm sure na-introduce na sa inyo what partnership is all about, how it differs from a corporation for a sole proprietorship. So basically, partnership is when you, isipin nyo lang, pag deal kayo sa friends nyo, tara gawa tayong partnership. You're basically partners to do a business, whatever business it might be. But however, as discussed before, pwedeng may mga mangyari sa partnership ninyo which can lead to dissolution or liquidation. So, just a brief background again, dissolution as compared to liquidation is different in terms of kapag sinabi mong liquidate, totally you're stopping your partnership. Unlike in dissolution, it's just changing of partners, changing of ownership, pwedeng nag-change kayo ng percentage of ownership nyo, pwedeng may na-admit na new partner or may nag-retire na partner. But when we say liquidation, basically it's stopping the partnership itself. So to continue our discussion with partnership liquidation, this will be our discussion outline. We will be discussing about partnership liquidation, definition, the accounting problems we will encounter when we talk about this topic, the methods of partnership liquidation, which is lump sum liquidation and liquidation by installment. And we will be discussing sample problems. So let's not prolong the wait. Let's start with the definition of partnership liquidation. As I said, liquidation is the winding up of business, usually by selling the assets, paying the liabilities, and distributing the remaining cash to partners. So, guys, tandaan nyo lang tong definition na to. And I'm very sure magmamaster nyo na yung partnership liquidation. Just remember that partnership liquidation is winding up, or kumbaga kino-conclude nyo na yung business, lahat ng kinita ninyo, lahat ng assets na meron kayo, you're concluding it, you're winding it up by selling all the assets that you have, selling so that you can convert it to cash. And of course, always remember, ang kailangan nyo munang bayaran ng cash are the creditors, yung mga pinagkautangan nyo. The outside creditors, you have to pay first the liabilities. And after all that, tsaka lang kayo mag-distribute na cash to yourselves. So while discussing it, I want you to put yourself in a situation wherein you're in a partnership and then you suddenly wanted to stop it. And here's the things that we are going to do. So additional definition, or bakit nag-stop ang partnership? Bakit nag-liquidate tayo ng partnership? So minsan, tulad lang yan sa mga personal lives natin, di ba? Kailangan may mga mag-stop na relationship so that we can grow into new relationships kasi kailangan natin mag-grow. Minsan, may iba na tayong goals. So that's why sometimes we have to liquidate the partnership. So when we liquidate partnership, usually, nililiquidate ng partners to start new ventures. Pwedeng gusto mo na palang mag-open ng corporation, or gusto mo na ng ibang business, gusto mo na ng ibang ka-partner kasi medyo nasistress ka na sa partner mo, di ba? So, it could be that, it could be for any kind of way, basta nag-agree kayo ni partner na let's stop this or let's liquidate our partnership. So, minsan naman may mga hindi voluntary liquidation, but you have to liquidate because it could be that your partnership has gone bankrupt, or you are forced to liquidate kasi hindi na kayo makabayad sa creditors nyo dun sa mga inuutangan nyo. So, there's different kinds of reason kung bakit nag-liquidate yung partnership. So, syempre, tayo as accountant, di ba CPA na kayo? We are claiming that CPA na kayo. So, kayo as CPA, di ba? Ano yung mga kailangan nating gawin? Ano yung mga kailangan nating tutukan? At ano yung role natin? Anong hanash natin sa partnership liquidation? So, kung hindi man tayo yung partner and we are CPAs na na-hire para tumulong sa accounting ng partnership liquidation, tandaan lang natin kung ano yung objectives ng partnership liquidation. Kapag natandaan natin to, I'm quite sure na you will master partnership liquidation. Because basically, may marami mang computation, may iba-iba mang pasikot-sikot. Basically, these are the objectives that you have to achieve so that you can successfully account for the partnership liquidation. If you memorize these three, I'm quite sure na kahit ano pa mang paikot-ikot na gawin natin, makakaya nyo na yung partnership liquidation. So I just want you to memorize these three right now kasi mamaya makikita nyo kung paano natin gagamitin itong mga to sa discussions natin. So the basic objectives of a partnership during liquidation process are, first, realization of assets. So during your venture as partners, yung partnership nyo, of course, you're doing business. And while you're doing business, you will gain and you will acquire different assets. It could be cash, it could be accounts receivable, it could be equipment, building land, whatever. It could be anything. So when you're liquidating your partnership, you should first realize the assets, meaning you want to convert your assets to cash, so you could pay off partnership obligations. It could be to your suppliers, it could be sa mga professional firms, for example, even the lawyers and CPAs na ina-hire mo during the liquidation process. So, dapat munang bayaran mo lahat outside of your partnership. Any third party na pinagkakautangan mo na kailangan mong bayaran, you have to settle it first, all of it first, before you could start distributing the cash and any unrealized assets to you as partners, to the individual partners. Okay? So, sabi ko nga sa inyo, you will be CPAs, right? So what must you do as a CPA? Basically, the purpose of your accounting during this period is to have an equitable distribution of partnership cash to creditors and partner. So, kailangan ma-ensure mo as an accountant that the properties, the assets are properly distributed first to the creditors and then to the partners. Una, parate si creditors. Malamang, di ba? Nangutang kayo sa kanya. So, dapat lang nabayaran niyo muna siya bago kayo gumastos sa sarili niyo. Hugot. Charot. So, instead of income determination, usually kasi, di ba, pag ongoing business, ang goal niyo as accountant is to account all the transaction para tama yung recording, para tama yung financial reports. But on a partnership liquidation, instead of income determination, your focus is on the computation of gains and losses on realization of assets. Of course, usually during partner liquidation, pwede kang magkaroon ng mga markdown sales, or minsan you can sell your properties at a lower price. So minsan di may iwasan na may mga loss talaga tayo na may incur during partnership liquidation, kasi parang it's not in the normal course of your business that you're selling these assets. And also, for example, receivable. Di ba receivable, it could be sold. Like, it could be sold to a collecting company. You can factor it. So, kapag binenta mo yung accounts receivable mo to convert it to cash, of course, bababa yung value niya. Yung equipment, of course, nagamit mo na. You have accumulated depreciation. And then, pag binenta mo siya as second hand, pwedeng mas mababa na yung value niya kaysa sa book value na meron ka sa books mo. So, in the partnership liquidation, there really are gains and losses that you could encounter, that you can have, that you can compute while realizing your assets. So subsequently, when you realize these assets, your goal also as a CPA is to make sure na yung allocation ng mga pera na tanggap mo, as I've said and said before, is to make sure that equitable yung distribution niya among the partners, the payments of liabilities in accordance with law, and the final distribution to partners. So ito lang basically yung role mo kapag partnership liquidation. And as I said, kapag natandaan mo yung tatlong objectives, good ka na. So basic rules that we should remember during partnership liquidation: always allocate and close gains and losses before any distribution of cash to partners. So kailangan dun sa mga nire-realize mong asset, i-compute mo muna yung gains and loss doon, and saka mo i-distribute yung cash to partners. So usually, kapag nag-allocate tayo ng gains and losses, it's also the same with the profit and loss ratio ng mga partners. Next, amount entitlement factors. Ngayon, when you're a partner in a business, of course, marami kang transaction with the partnership, di ba? So you have to make sure that when you're computing for the partnership liquidation, you have to make sure na ma-account mo yung capital contribution, yung mga capital na in-invest mo is either cash, assets, whatever sa partnership. Of course, yung partners withdrawal, yung mga withdraw mo from the business, yung share in net income or loss from operations before liquidation, and gains and losses on realization, and balance of his loan account. So minsan kasi, yung partnership pwedeng mangutang sa partner, for example, to finance expanding of the business. Kaya pwede na may loan accounts yung partner sa partnership. It means when a partner has loan account, kumbaga treated siya somehow as a liability. Pero lower priority siya kaysa sa liability to outside creditors. So, the general rule to remember, kapag gagawa tayo ng partnership liquidation, cash will be distributed as follows: outside creditors, partners, loan accounts. Kumbaga, lower priority siya kasi utang mo pa din siya, pero una mo muna babayaran yung third party. And then third is the partner's capital accounts. So, I figure na naiintindihan niyo yung concept ng partnership liquidation. So now, let's go to the problem solving. But before that, we have to discuss that there are two methods of partnership liquidation. The two methods are lump sum liquidation and second is installment liquidation. Actually, from the word itself, di ko na kailangan i-discuss. Basically, lump sum liquidation, isang bagsakang liquidation. Benta mo lahat ng asset once, distribute it to the partners, and then you're done. Second naman is installment liquidation. Installment, I'm very sure you're aware. So basically, you sell your assets, you realize your assets one after another, maybe in different periods. And then kapag may nakuha kang pera ngayon, may na-realize kang asset, buy it to creditors, buy it to expenses, distribute to partners. And at the second installment, may na-realize ka uling asset, buy it sa creditors, buy it sa expenses, buy it sa partners. So basically, it's not isang bagsakan, di ba? So for the lump sum liquidation, you can also call it as a total liquidation or single distribution. Kumbaga, isang transaction ka lang to finish all the liquidation process of the company. A lump sum liquidation is one in which all assets are converted into cash. Sorry. All assets are converted into cash within a very short time, or pwedeng 1 month, basta isang instance lang. And outside creditors are paid. A single lump sum payment is made to the partners for their total interest. So, ito yung steps para sa ating lump sum liquidation. So, di ba sabi ko sa inyo kanina, basta na-memorize niyo yung tatlo, good na kayo sa partnership liquidation. Kasi either sa lump sum liquidation or installment liquidation, a-apply natin yon. So, kapag lump sum liquidation, of course, i-realize mo lahat ng assets. Bayaran mo yung... So, syempre, meron nga tayong liquidation for legal and accounting expenses. Meron tayong expenses sa liquidation. So, syempre, kailangan mo yung cash na yun bayad. And then, we proceed to the liquidation procedures. Realization of assets, payment of expenses, payment of liabilities to outside creditors, tapos elimination of partners' capital deficiencies and payment to partners. Take note that this elimination of partners' capital deficiency and payment to partners occurs after settling the loan account with the partner. Okay? So, we have this illustration, and ito na natin gagamitin yung Excel file. So, our example for today is the TGM partnership. So, the TGM partnership has this statement of financial position. Remember, a lump sum yung i-example muna natin ngayon. So, TGM partnership has a statement of financial position as at January 17, 2021. Now, on January 17, 2021, they have cash of 20,000 pesos, other assets of 80,000. So, other assets, combined na dyan lahat-lahat ng assets mo. Pwedeng may receivable dyan, pwedeng may equipment, pwedeng may prepaid expenses, lahat na. So, total assets mo is 100,000. And then, for your liabilities and capital, you have a total liabilities, combine na rin lahat ng liabilities mo dito. So, we just put it under one heading. You have liabilities of 28,000. And then, the T loan or the T loan is 2,000. So, remember, loan is like a second-class liability. You have to settle it first before ka mag-distribute sa partners. So, we have take capital at 9,000, the GI capital at 21,000, and mean capital at 40,000. So, as you can see, ito yung profit and sharing, profit and loss ratio nila. 40% kay Tay, 40% kay GI, and 20% kay mean. So, we will use this mamaya sa ating computation. So, given na yan yung ating problem, proceed tayo sa solution. So, para mas clear, dito natin siya i-solve sa Excel file. So, meron din kayong copy nito na sinend ko kanina. Sinend ko kanina sa chat. So, you can refer to that if you want. So, kita naman, no? So, our first example is for the lump sum liquidation. Ito yung given natin. TGM partnership, assets 20,000, 80,000, total assets 100K, Then liabilities, loan capital, G capital, mean capital, total of kita na ba guys? Wait lang. New share. Nakikita nyo ba?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, thank you. Now, we will proceed with our example. Okay. So, case 1, ito na, we're actually doing the liquidation. So, on the case 1, di ba we have other assets of 80,000. So, on the case 1, we have loss on realization that's fully absorbed by the partner's capital balances. So, in this example, assume that other assets were realized at 60,000. So, yung 80,000 natin, na-realize na siya sa 60,000. Of course, we have to compute for the loss on realization. So, here's the computation. Remember, yung sale mo, 60,000 lang, pero yung other assets mo na binenta mo is 8,000. So, you have loss on realization of 20,000. Remember that this loss or any gains or loss in realization of assets is shared with the partners according to their profit and loss ratio. So, ang partners profit and loss ratio natin, nilagay ko dito for easy reference, is 40% for pay, 40% for D, and 20% for mean. So, we can use this format while computing for the partnership liquidation and also preparing a statement of liquidation so that we can easily refer kung ano yung mga nangyari sa ating liquidation. So, as I said before, unang-una, ang gagawin natin, realization of assets and loss distribution. Since you realize your assets of 80,000, kailangan alisin nyo na siya dito sa 80,000. Ibig sabihin kasi, syempre, binenta mo na yan at 60,000. Kaya yung cash mo, 60,000 yung na-receive mo. Ngayon, may loss yan na 20,000, di ba? So, you have to just divide it with the partners. So, 20,000 times 40% is 8,000. 8,000 and 20,000 times 20% is 4,000 for a total loss of 20,000. Right? So, yan yung sum niya, 20,000. So, after that, ito na yung balances ng accounts mo. You have cash of 80,000. So, inat lang natin yan. Zero other assets. You have liabilities of 28,000. And then, loan of 2,000. Then, partner's capital. So, syempre, second D, after, sabihin natin may mga expenses tayo na binayaran, di ba? So, pwedeng yun yung mangyari before this payment of liabilities. But if wala, ito yung mangyayari sa atin. Ang payment na liabilities natin, una nating pabayaran ay outside creditors. So, you pay 28,000 to your creditors. So, that will be deducting 28,000 from your cash. So, since yung remaining cash mo naman could absorb everything na kailangan bayaran, wala tayong problem. You just pay the loan first of 2,000 and then you distribute the capital. So, ito, basically yung cash distribution lang natin is based dun sa kung magkano yung natira. So, based lang yan sa kung magkano yung natira mong capital. It's your holding in the partnership. It's what you're entitled to in the partnership. So, for Tay, he has to be paid first the loan of 2,000 and then remaining 1,000 of his capital. So, you might be confused, no? Kasi 40%, 40%, 20%. That's the profit and loss sharing ratio. Not necessarily yung capital nila has the same amount. So, pwede kasing during the business, ang daming winidraw ni Tay, may onting winidraw si D. So, basically, the capital balances might not be equally, is not necessarily equally dun sa profit and loss sharing ratio nila, just to be clear. Kasi bakit 9,000 lang si Tate, ito 20, ito 40, pero siya 20%. So remember, maraming pwedeng mangyari sa partner's capital account during the business. So for them, ito na lang yung natira nilang capital, and then nag-share pa sila ng loss sa assets. Ito yung total capital nila, and at the end, ito yung mga kailangang isettle sa kanila. So pag inad natin itong apat, this will be 52,000. So madali lang yung case 1 kasi kayang i-absorb ng partners balances lahat. Kahit na may loss on realization, malaki pa rin yung capital para hindi mag-deficient yung capital accounts nila. So for case 2, so wala pa tong sagot, sabay-sabay nating sagutan. I hope you will be participating kasi kapag nagpa-practice kayo ng problems, kumbaga mas na-inculcate sa isip nyo kung paano siya i-solve. Kaya, for me, it's important, share ko lang, it's important talaga for accounting that you have to practice solving it. Kasi kahit maintindihan mo yung concept, malilito ka pa rin kasi pagdating sa problems. Pero the key, para pumasa tayo sa ating mga CPA board exam, para sa ating mga finance, is especially kapag ganitong may mga computation, you really have to practice solving problems. Hindi naman kailangan tumapos ng isang reviewer book. Actually, it's enough na you solve it until you understand it. Understand na hindi mo lang alam yung concept. Understand in a way na alam mo kung paano pa ikot-ikutin yung equation. So, ayun, share ko lang. So, let's proceed to case 2. So, in our second case, the loss on realization resulted to a capital deficiency, meaning you have a debit balance sa capital account mo, meaning na yung capital mo or yung share mo dun sa partnership is hindi na enough to cover yung mga loss na realization. Pero, in this case, the deficient partner has a loan account. So, kumbaga additional credit kasi yun sa'yo. Kasi it has to be paid first, di ba? So, assume that the other assets were realized at 55,000. The distribution of loss using profit and loss ratio still 40-40-20. And deficient partner use right of offset. What is right of offset? Basically, it's your right as a partner to offset your loan account to your capital account. So, halimbawa, deficient ka na ng, let's say, 1,000, pero you have loan na 2,000. So, you can offset it. Kaya meron ka pa rin 1,000 interest in the partnership because you use the right of offset. So, to solve our problem, what should we do first? We should first realize the assets. So, the sales asset is 55,000. You receive cash, 55,000. And then, other assets mo is 80,000. Ito, di ba? 80,000. So, your loss on realization is 25%. Ay, na-formula ko na pala. So, basically, ulitin natin. You receive cash of 55,000. For an asset worth 80,000. So, binenta mo na yung asset mo. Gusto yung asset mo, pero you have cash of 55,000. You have loss of 25,000. Compute lang natin yung loss share ng mga partners. So, 25,000 times 40% times 40%. And kay Neil, we have 20%. For a total loss of 25%. So, di ba, our formula of assets equals to liabilities and capital, you can just check kung equal sila. So, we have negative 25,000 and we have negative 25,000 on the side of liabilities and capital. So, we're on the correct path. So, our balances after the realization of assets and loss distribution is 75,000 cash. We have liabilities of 28,200 and capital balances. Kung mapapansin nyo, si Tay Capital, after the loss sharing, negative 1,000 na siya. So, he is capital deficient already. But first, let's proceed to the payment of liabilities. So, we just have to pay the total of 28,000. And 28,000. Bawas sa cash mo. So, in this example, we have 47,000 cash, pay loan of 2,000 and negative 1,000. So, using the right of offset, we can just offset the 2,000 to the, so bawas kasi siya sa loan, plus siya sa capital. So, after this, hindi na capital deficiency pay. Kasi na-cover na ng loan yung capital deficiency niya. So, may natitira pa siyang 1,000 for the cash distribution. So, you just distribute to them 1,000 kay Tay. Si G Capital, meron pa siyang 11,000. Si Min Capital, meron pa siyang 35,000 for a total of 47,000. And that, my friends, is how we end this partnership liquidation. So, ayan na. Tapos na. Wala ka ng assets and na-distribute mo na yung cash sa partners. Easy. Ngayon, for our case 3, paano naman if our loss on realization resulted to capital deficiency na hindi na na-cover ng loan, pero yung partner is solvent. Solvent, ibig sabihin, kaya niya pang mag-add ng additional investment. Assume that other assets were realized at 49,500. Distribution of loss using profit and loss ratio. Deficient partner use right of offset. Deficient partner is solvent and can invest additional cash to fully eliminate his deficiency. To fully eliminate his deficiency. So let's solve it. First, we realize the asset of 49,500. 49,500. And then our assets is, our other assets is 80,000. 80,000. Sorry, 80,000. So we have loss of 30,500. Mag-solve kayo habang discuss natin, okay? So, meron kang loss of 30,500 and isin muna natin. So, may na-receive kang cash, 49,500. Inalis mo yung asset mo na 80,000. May loss na 30,500. Ngayon, share natin yan sa mga partner. Si Tay times 40%. Si G times 40%. And then si Min times 20%. So, check muna natin kung tama. Ang balance natin ng asset is 69,500. And then liabilities to capital is 69,500. So, correct. Ngayon, kung mapapansin nyo, dito pa lang, nakalos na si Pay Capital. Okay? So, tandaan natin yan. Pero first, let's pay the outside creditors. Payment of liability first. So, we have to pay 28,000 for the outside liabilities. 28,000. We have remaining cash of 41,500 and may loan pa tayo kay Pay. So, we have to use the right of offset first. Kaya, yung loan niya is, try nating ibawas dun sa capital deficiency niya. So, plus 2,000. So, kung mapapansin nyo, unlike sabi for example natin, this one, kahit i-right of offset natin yung loan niya, still, kulang pa din. At kailangan pa niyang mag-invest ng additional cash. Ngayon, si partner solvent. Unlike kapag kasi insolvent yung partner, meaning hindi na niya kayang mag-invest ng additional cash, yung loss, sasaluhin ng dalawa pang partner. But in this case, solvent si partner. Kaya kaya niya pang magbigay ng 1,200 pesos. So, i-invest siya ng additional cash worth 1,200 to eliminate his deficiency. So, from this example, meron kang cash na 42,700 at na-eliminate mo na yung capital deficiency with A, capital. So, in this case, you will distribute the 42,700, you will distribute it to G in the amount of 8,800 and to me in the amount of 33,900 for a total of 42,700. So, sum natin to to make sure. So, at the end, tapos na yung partnership liquidation. So, as I've said before, basically, you just have to remember our basic rules for you to succeed in accounting for the partnership liquidation. Kasi kung makikita nyo, meron tayong pattern. We just have to realize the assets, distribute the profit or loss, pwedeng profit, pwedeng loss. We just have to distribute it based on the profit and loss sharing ratio. And then after that, payment of liabilities to outside creditors, to legal firms. Siyempre, pag nagpa-partnership liquidation kayo, may mga legal documents na kailangan dyan. Or to accounting firms, KPMG. So, promoting KPMG talaga. So, sa different firms, pwedeng mag-hire ka ng accounting firm para tumulong sa pag-account ng partnership liquidation. Because, of course, it's not always as simple as this. In the real world, of course, when you say partnership business, especially big partnership businesses, mas malalaki talaga yung amount involved. Sa atin kasi, just for simple illustrations, just for us to understand the concept, we're using low value. We're using low values and figures. But of course, when you do it in practice, it's what's at stake is more than 100,000. What's at stake could be more than 1 million. It could be hundreds of millions. It could be billions. So you have to understand that you should do it correctly. As a CPA, as an accountant, you have to understand the importance of this, not just for exam purposes, but for application in real life. Remember, itong realization of assets and loss distribution, it's harder in the real world kaysa dito sa mga sample and exercises natin. Kasi dito, kailangan maintindihan natin yung concept. Para kapag naintindihan mo na yung concept, naintindihan mo na kung paano i-compute, mas madali mo na siyang mapapractice in the real world. Kapag alam mo na yung basic, yun na yung foundation mo. Kasi in the real world, kapag nasa workplace ka na, you could be dealing with millions. Kaya kailangan tama yung pag-account mo. Yun yung importance ng pagiging CPA natin, di ba? Because we know we major in finance, in accounting, in computations. Dapat tama yung reports, tama yung distribution, and equitable lahat ng pinakompute natin. So for partnership liquidation, we have to understand these basic foundations. We have to understand what's happening. Basically, yun lang naman nangyayari. Ibebenta mo lahat. Share kayo kung may gain or loss. At kailangan mong bayaran yung creditors mo before you close the business. Hindi ka pwedeng tumakbo. Magiging fraud ka kung tatakbuhan mo lang yung mga obligations mo, di ba? So, yun lang. Pag naintindihan mo to, kahit masabihin mong lump sum liquidation, kahit man sabihin mong installment liquidation, mas madali na siya. And even pagdating natin sa corporate liquidation, you can see some concepts, yung basic concepts niya, makikita mo that it's the same concepts applied to corporate liquidation. So siguro mas mahirap lang doon, mas complex lang doon, not mahirap, mas complex lang, pero basically it's the same foundation, diba? It's the same basic knowledge. So for our next case, let's just have a 5-minute break first, and then Sige, let's make our break around 10 minutes and then you try to answer case 4. And then when we go back, we will discuss this. So, gawin nyo muna on yourselves, okay? Iba pa rin kasi yung naintindihan mo sa sarili mo, tsaka natin i-discuss pag after yung break, okay? So, let's have a 10 minutes break. Let's go back at 10:33.
Ayan guys, okay. So mag-break muna daw po tayo. Kung gusto niyo mag-CR, kung gusto niyo muna mag-grab ng snacks, you can do so. And also sabi din ni Miss Cruz na you can try this. Case number 4 ba tayo? Case number 4 on your own. Check natin kung paano nyo i-apply yung learnings nyo. Ayan guys. Babalik po around 10:30, 10:34. Ayan. Enjoy your break, guys, and see you later, babies. Good morning. Ayan, good morning din sa ating third year, Miss Christy Jane Garcia. Ayan, seatmate ko yan before. Nakakamiss na din si CJ. Ay, oh well. Ayan, sino pa?
Ayan,
Core.
in our third year, si Miss Sarah Morelio. Good morning!
Good morning. Miss Andrea Portales, isang classmate din namin. One of our
Hi guys. Okay na kayo? So may answer na ba kayo dun sa fourth case natin? Pwede bang pa-add muna ako dito sa chat kung ano yung mga na-compute nyong cash distribution to partners? Guys, wala kayo na-compute? Pa-add naman sa chat kung magkano yung na-compute yung payment to partners. Walang nag-solve? Ayun, si Kelly. Si Kelly lang nag-solve. Thank you, Kelly, sa pagsasolve. Huwag kayong mahiya, guys. Sige na, okay lang yan. And even na may slight mistake kayo sa computation, okay lang yan kasi doon kayo mas matututo. Pag nagkaroon kayo ng error, next time, alam nyo na kung ano yung hindi nyo dapat gawin. Diba? Siyempre ganyan yan. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo, mag-practice kayo ng mag-practice para habang practice nyo, tapos nagkamali kayo, so at least pagdating ng exam, hindi nyo na magagawa yung mali yung ginawa, okay? Sige ha. So kasi medyo tricky kasi yung case 4 kasi meron siyang additional na hindi pa natin na-discuss. What if insolvent yung partner? At di ba kaka-discuss nga lang ni Coach Joy? Huwag matakot sa failure. Okay lang yan, guys. I mean, ako ba, hindi ba ako nagkamali? May bumagsak din naman ako exam nung college. At least nakagraduate, di ba? At least quiz lang. Para pagdating ng midterms, finals, tsaka board exam, hindi babagsak, hindi magkakamali, okay? So, ayan. Ito na yung application sa shinare sa atin ni Coach Joy kanina. Huwag matakot sa failure and sa embarrassment. So, basta guys, advice ko lang sa inyo, okay lang magkamali ngayon, okay lang magkamali sa practice niyo sa bahay, and mas okay kung di kayo magkakamali sa exams, sa board exam, at sa real life. Although, di naman may iwasan, basta move on lang. Dami na sinabi. Okay, sige. Solve na natin yung case 4. Wait lang. Okay. Kita nyo naman, no? Okay, let's check kung paano siya computein, kung tama ba yung mga ginawa natin, or kung ano yung dapat natin i-improve sa ating mga computation. So for case 4, we have a loss on realization resulting to capital deficiency. But unlike in case 3, here, the one who have capital deficiency is an insolvent partner, meaning he cannot contribute any more cash. Kaya kapag ganito yung case, meron din ganitong case minsan sa installment liquidation. Kapag hindi na kayang mag-invest ng additional cash ni capital deficient partner, the loss will be incurred by the remaining partners. So, syempre, partners kayong tatlo eh. Kung meron man siyang pagkukulang, kayo yung magpupuno doon. Kayo yung magpupuno doon sa pagkukulang niya. Which is, ito yung i-discuss natin ngayon. Paano natin siya kukumputin? Okay? Ngayon, assume that other assets were realized at 49,500. Distribution of loss using profit and loss ratio, 40-40-20 pa rin tayo for this case. Deficient partner use the right of offset, meaning may loan si deficient partner. I-offset natin siya dun sa capital deficiency. And still, deficient pa rin siya. So, deficient partner is insolvent and remaining partners will incur additional loss. So, let's solve. Realization of assets, una-una natin, as always, is magkano natin siya nabenta? 49,500. Yung asset natin worth 80,000. So we have loss of 30,500. Kanina ba? Okay. Katulad din kanina, basta ito, insolvent. Ngayon, we receive cash of 49,500. Nagbenta tayo ng other assets worth 80,000. We have loss of 30,500 na ihahatiin natin sa tatlong partners. So 30,000 times 40%. So then 40% din to. Ito 20%. Yes, 20%. Total of 30,500 loss. As always, unahan muna nating bayaran ang liabilities. So 28,000, bawas ka kay cash ng 28,000. So ang total cash mo is 41,500. And like kanina, we still have loan of 2,000. Tapos si Tay ay deficient partner na. And then, itong dalawa, 8 and 33,900. Siyempre, offset muna tayo ng loan. So, bawas loan at sa capital deficiency, 2,000. So, kung makikita nyo, like kanina, deficient pa rin si Tay even after offsetting the loan. Pero kanina, kung mapapansin nyo, di ba, nag-invest siya ng additional cash. Walang problema kasi may pera pa siya. Pero in our next case, wala na siyang ma-invest na 1,200. Wala na siyang ma-invest. Kaya ang mangyayari, dahil hindi niya na kaya, sino pupuno ng kulang niya? Or sino yung mag-bear nung hindi niya na bayaran? Kasi kung ikaw si Guy at saka ikaw si Min, supposedly meron ka pang 8,800 at saka 33,900. But since hindi na kayang magbigay ni Tay ng additional 1,200, ikaw na yung mag-a-absorb ng loss. Ibig sabihin, mababawasan na yung receivable mo sa partnership kasi nga kulang ng 1,200 yung pera natin. Kaya hahatiin natin yung 1,200. Ngayon, paano natin magiging additional loss to sa capital mo? So, paano natin siya hahatiin? As you can remember, si Guy is 40% and si Min is 20%. Ngayon, alisin na natin yan si Tay. Ang gagamitin lang natin is si 40% at si 20%. So, kukunin ko yung total nilang dalawa just to know kung how much yung percentage nila ng sharing. So, si D Capital, meron siyang share sa loss na 40% over 60%. Okay? Hindi na siya 40% as a whole. Kasi yung 40%, base siya sa 100%. Ngayon, dalawa lang kayo maghahati. Kaya base lang siya sa 60%. Kaya ang gagamitin ko, 1,200 times 40% over 60%. Kasi 60% na yung total. Okay? Ngayon, si Min naman, ang share niya sa loss na 1,2 na hindi na kayang punan ni Tay is 1,2 times 20% yung share niya over sa total nila na 60%. Okay, tingnan natin kung complete. Tama, 1,200. Kaya ngayon, ang balance na natin ay, you still have 41,500 cash kasi nga hindi nakapag-invest si Tay, pero yung capital mo or yung receivable mo for the partnership is nabawasan ng 800 for Guy, tsaka 400 for Min. Kasi nga, sila yung mag-a-absorb nung 1,2 na hindi na kayang ibigay ni Tay. Kaya ang magiging contribution nyo is 41,500. Ibigay nyo yan kay Guy at 8,000 at kay Min ng 33,500. Tignan natin kung equal siya. So, 41,500 and done. So, yan yung liquidation natin. So, kung mapapansin nyo, yung nagbago lang dito is yung additional loss sa remaining partners. Kasi nga, capital deficiency Tay. At hindi lang siya capital deficient, he is also insolvent. Ngayon, kung solvent siya, punta tayo sa phase 3. But for this instance, he is insolvent, kaya si Gi at Min na ang mag-absorb ng loss. So, clear tayo doon. So, itong mga cases na to, it's usually what happens tuwing partnership liquidation. Kaya ito yung mga cases na ginamit natin. So, save ko lang para isi-send ko sa inyo. Okay tayo doon? So, kung may questions kayo, pakilagay sa chat box para pwede nating i-answer mamaya. And then, this computation will be sent out to you para meron kayong reference while reviewing. So, ano ba yung pwede nating maging issues dito sa lump sum liquidation? Actually, the usual issues lang na pwede nating ma-encounter is the capital deficiency and the insolvent partner. Kasi kung profit naman yung, kapag nagbenta tayong asset, tapos profit naman, wala tayong problema kasi madadagdagan pa yung capital mo, madadagdagan pa yung receivable mo from the partnership itself when it liquidates. So, pag profit, usual na i-add mo lang yung profit sharing nila based sa profit and loss sharing ratio, and then you're good. Tapos, you pay liabilities, you pay expenses, and then you distribute the cash to partners. So, medyo challenging lang kapag loss. You have to distribute the loss, and then, ang problem dyan is kapag naging capital deficient si partner. Well, kung may partner ka sa partnership, you hope na he is solvent, she is solvent, para hindi ka mag-incur or hindi mabawasan yung share mo sa partnership. But if he or she is insolvent, that's the time that you will incur additional loss. So, I hope we are clear kung paano compute yung payment to partners, paano magbayad ng liabilities pagdating sa partnership liquidation. Okay? Ngayon, let's proceed to installment liquidation. So, kanina, isang bagsakan. So, hindi siya ganun ka-challenging kasi isang bagsakan naman natin. Binenta lahat ng assets, kung ano man yung profit or loss, record to capital accounts. So, sa installment liquidation, discuss that, makikita natin mamaya after nitong discussion ko, kung ano yung difference niya sa lump sum liquidation at ano yung mga karagdagan natin dapat alamin. So, installment liquidation or also installment distribution, ibig sabihin, piece by piece ka magbigay kay partner. So, liquidation, wherein partnership assets are not realized through an instantaneous sale but a piecemeal fashion, may extend over several months. Ngayon, kung halimbawa, sobrang laki ng partnership nyo, ang dami yung assets na ibebenta, of course, it's not that easy to one-time, big-time na ibenta nyo yung mga assets nyo, di ba? Sometimes, it takes over several months para matapos yung liquidation. And in those cases, ito yung gagamitin nating way or method sa pag-compute ng cash distributions to partner. So, installment liquidation measures are taken to ensure that all creditors are paid in full, as always. And measures are, okay, and that there is no over-distribution to one or more of the partners. Okay? So, katulad naman sa lump sum liquidation or in the general rule, dapat lang natin ensure parate that creditors are paid in full at walang over-distribution to one or more partners. It's just the same na dapat equitable yung distribution niyo. Okay? So, next slide. So, in steps in installment liquidation. In installment liquidation, just like in lump sum liquidation, I tell you that you have to know 3 basic things and you're good to go. Of course, the realization of assets, the payment of liabilities to outsiders, and the distribution of cash to partners. Ngayon, mapapansin nyo lang, andito rin yung expenses of liquidation. Siyempre, meron kayong mga gastos sa liquidation na kailangan yung bayaran like legal and accounting expenses as we discussed before. So basically, kung i-compare na sa lump sum liquidation is basically the same. Ang kaibahan lang nito, we have to distribute cash to the partners after possible future losses have been apportioned to partners or in accordance with the cash distribution program. So dito sa installment liquidation, natin may encounter yung possible future losses at ano yung safe payments to partners at yung cash distribution program. Of course, this is an installment liquidation. Kailangan every distribution mo ng cash to partner, kailangan you have to account kung ano pa, kasi di ba hindi mo agad nabenta lahat ng assets mo. Pwedeng in the second and third installment, may maging loss ka. So you have to account that when you're distributing your payments in the first installment, okay? You have to account future possible loss bago ka gumawa ng safe payments. Kung baga safe payments, okay na yon, na-account mo na lahat ng pwede maging loss, kaya pwede mo nang ibigay yung cash na yon. So yun lang yung kaibahan ng installment liquidation. You have to account for possible future losses. Kailangan meron kang schedule of safe payment. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng may na-receive kang cash, i-distribute mo na agad sa lahat ng partners. Eh paano kung may loss ka pala in the future? Eh di na-over na yung distribution by partners. Okay? So, in the next slide, ito yung schedule of safe payments. Okay, we have to remember that in each installment of cash is distributed as if no more cash is forthcoming, either from sale of assets or from collection of deficiencies from partners. So, kapag tuwing installment, tuwing may nare-receive kang cash na i-distribute mo sa partner, you have to distribute it as if wala ka ng iba pang cash na ma-receive sa second and third installment. So mamaya sa example, mas makikita natin kung paano siya i-apply sa computation. Paano mo masasabing as if no more cash na that is forthcoming. So cash is distributed to a partner only if he has an excess credit balance in his partnership interest. Remember, kasama dun yung loan accounts, after absorption of his share of the maximum possible loss that may occur. So next slide. What is the maximum possible loss that may occur? So ang possible loss or hypothetical loss natin is tulad nga ng sinasabi natin. Halimbawa, first installment, you have 100,000 cash, you have 100,000 asset pa for benta. Pero ang nabenta mo lang for first installment, let's say is 20,000. So when you compute the cash distributions for the first installment, sa unang pagkakataon na nakabenta ka ng asset for distribution to creditors and partners, you have to assume at that point na wala ka ng pera na makukuha after. So dito papasok yung pagiging conservative natin sa accounting, di ba? Hindi ka pwedeng mag-assume na lang na ang dami ko pang perang parating. Pero on a conservative note, you have to assume na paano kung wala nang perang lumating, wala nang mabenta asset, kailangan mahati nyo na yung loss sa interest ninyo para hindi ma-over-distribute kay partner. Paano halimbawa 20,000, dinistribute mo kaagad 50-50 dun sa dalawa. Pero kapag in-account mo pala yung possible loss, dapat pala equally divided sa inyo yung cash. So ito yung concern natin sa installment liquidation. We have to make sure that equitably distributed yung cash that we have. So for a possible loss, merong dalawa, it consists of the two following. First is the total value of remaining non-cash assets. These assets are assumed unrealizable and considered loss chargeable to partner. As I'm saying, halimbawa, nabenta mo na yung 20,000, itong number 1, it's pertaining to the 80,000. Meaning now, for this instance, isipin mo muna, baka hindi na siya mabenta. Baka wala nang perang pumasok. So, that 80,000 will be included in the computation of your possible loss. Second is cash withheld to pay for anticipated liquidation expenses and unrecorded liabilities that may arise. So, syempre, pwedeng meron ka pang legal fees, advertising fees para sa pagbebenta mo ng mga asset. Pwede rin may commission sa pagbebenta mo ng mga asset, due to liquidation, accounting firm fees. So, you have to include it in this instance para ma-account mo siya dun sa mga kailangan mong bayaran. So, this represents the possible loss to the partners because upon their payment, the amount paid is to be correspondingly absorbed by the partners. Kumbaga, ito yung mga expenses na kailangan mo rin i-distribute sa partnership interest. Okay, next. So, for our illustration, paki-complete yung slide. Yan. So, for our illustration, we will be discussing about 3L partnership. This is their statement of financial position as of January 18, 2021. Bukas pa no? Ngayon, ang assets nila, they have cash of 5,000, they have other assets of 155,000, they have liabilities of 40,000, Laney Capital has 30,000, Love Capital has 40,000, and Logic Capital is 50,000. So, take note ulit na we have low value figures kasi this is ang goal natin is to understand the concept, but in the real world, you'll be dealing with a lot of big numbers and figures. So, an additional given, realization of other assets. So, realization of other assets. Ngayon, di ba installment tayo? Ang first installment natin is February, second is March, third is April. Noong February daw, may nabenta kang 80,000 other assets at a cash price of 65,000 only. So, you have 15,000 loss. Same with March, and you incurred 18,000 loss. And in April, may nabenta ka uling 33,000, yung last pieces of other assets mo, pero nabenta mo lang siya at 12,000 pesos. So, ang loss mo at that time is 21,000. As you can see, possible talaga that you incur loss while selling your other assets during a liquidation. So, take note, unlike kanina, ngayon, partners share profits and losses equally. Okay? So, divided by 3 parate kapag may loss, kapag may profit. So, for this problem, I will be sharing to you, isa-solve ulit natin siya sa Excel. Okay? Let me share my screen again. Nandun siya sa, I think hindi ata nag-send yung file kanina. So, ito muna yung gamitin natin and then later na lang isend sa inyo. Nagka-network error ata. So, for this example, we will be using the installment liquidation. So, gagamit lang tayo ng isang case and then we will solve a problem later. So, it's very important lang that you know the concept so that if meron pang, kumbaga pag naka-encounter kayo ng mas complex problem, mas madali nyo na masasagutan basta alam nyo yung basic foundation niya. Okay? So, for this, ito yung given natin for TL partnership. Okay. Ito yung realization of assets. Ngayon, dito muna tayo kay February. So, on February, gagawa ulit tayo ng cash distribution program, statement of liquidation. Remember, equal sharing sila. So, your balances before liquidation is 5,000, 155,000 OA, you have 40,000 LIAB, you have 30,000, 40,000, and 50,000 capital respectively for Laney, Love, and Logic. So, on February, meron kang na-realize na 65,000. Meron kang na-realize na 80,000 assets at 65,000. So, may loss ka na 15,000. Same as before, i-distribute natin yung loss divided to 3 lang. So, 15,000. Okay? And then next, ito na yung balances nila. Let's check. Okay. And then, at the first installment, you have to pay the liabilities, which is 40,000. So, 30,000 na lang pera mo. And you still have 75,000. Sorry. You still have 75,000 na other assets. So, for this example, as we discussed before, i-compute muna natin kung paano dapat i-distribute yung 30,000 dun sa tatlong partner. So, i-distribute mo na kasi yung 30,000, but take note, pwedeng yung 75,000, hindi mo agad ma-receive. Kaya yung 30,000, hindi mo basta-basta lang i-equally distribute sa kanila. We have to compute ano yung safe distribution sa kanila para fair pa din and equitable pa rin yung distribution mo sa tatlong partners. So first, andun sa PowerPoint natin, we first have to determine the total interest of each partner. So kay Lainey, Love, and Logic, they have capital balances of 25, they have capital balances of 35, 35, and 45. Remember, after nung liabilities na to, after ng loan, kung may loan man, ilalagay nyo dito, and after expenses. So, ang remaining capital balances nila is 25, 35, and 45. Kasi for this case, we have no loan. Ngayon, we have to compute the total possible loss of the partnership to be absorbed by each partner. Ano yung possible loss nga natin in this situation? Diba? Composed of two things. First, kung ano yung mga remaining assets mo pa, like this one, na hindi na pwedeng mabenta. And second, kung meron ka pang cash expenses na kailangan bayaran. In this case, wala naman tayong additional cash na kailangan bayaran. Wala tayong ika-cash withheld. Pero ilalagay natin yung unsold other assets natin as total possible loss of 75,000. Of course, this loss will be absorbed by each partner equally based on their profit and loss sharing ratio, which is 25,000 each. Now, this is the schedule of our safe payments for February. Si Lainey, based dito kay number 1, they have 25, 35, and 45. So, 25, 35, 45. Less the possible loss of 25, 25, 25. So, based on this, ang safe payment na pwede mong gawin is to give 10,000 kay Love and 20,000 kay Logic. So, when you subtract 10,000 kay Love and 20,000 kay Logic, hindi pa siya zero. So, you still have 75,000 other assets, and your interest in that is Lainey, 25,000, Love, 25,000, and 25,000 kay Logic. So, kung mapapansin nyo, nagsimula tayo sa 30, 40, 50. Kasi tulad nga ng diniscuss ko sa inyo kanina, it's not always necessary na yung capital mo is equals to your profit and loss sharing. Kasi nga may mga withdrawal or something ka na ginawa. Pero kung mapapansin nyo sa installment liquidation, sooner or later, at kapag nag-distribute na kayo na nag-distribute, mayroon na kayong mga schedule of safe payments, may darating na time na mag-i-equal yung sharing nila. Like this one. So as you can see, during the first installment kasi, nagbigay ka na ng 10,000 and 20,000 kay sa partner's capital. So pagdating ng second month, nag-equal na yung capital mo sa profit and loss sharing ratio mo. Unlike sa lump sum, isang buo siya, it's not always equal. Pero in installment liquidation, may point na darating na mag-i-equal yung capital share sa profit and loss sharing ratio. It's just one thing to note, pero it's not really necessary din naman para sa computation mo. As long as you know the concept, makikita mo na lang na, ay, oo nga, nag-equal na sila. So, that aside, ang natitira na lang nilang capital interest is 75,000 other assets and tigto 25,000 sila na capital share. Ngayon, pagdating ng March, syempre, ang balances natin na gagamitin is yung natitira nila, which is 75,000 and tigto 25,000. As always, first is realization of assets and loss distribution. So, for this time, na-receive natin is 24,000, this one, for a book value of other assets na 42,000. So we have loss of 18,000 divided by 3. So 66,000 sila na loss. Remaining, you have cash of 24,000. You have remaining other assets of 33,000. Remember, we will use the 33,000 mamaya. And tigka 19,000 na capital interest. Payment of liabilities, wala nang liabilities. Ngayon, how will we determine the payment to partners? So, gamitin muna natin itong cash available for distribution na 24,000. Remember, kunin natin yung partnership interest na 19, 19, 19. Ito yun, 19, 19, 19. Wala tayong loan. And compute for the total possible loss, which is the remaining other assets of 33,000. This one. So, put natin siya dyan, 33,000. And then, wala kang cash withheld for expenses. Kaya, ang total possible loss mo is 33,000 divided by 3. Total sharing nila. And your payment to partner will be 19,000. This one, partnership interest, minus possible loss. So, ang safe payment to partners ay 8,000 each. So, you will pay them 8,000 each. 8,000, 8,000, and 8,000. For a total of 24,000. So, pagdating mo ng March end, meron ka pang 33,000 na remaining assets and meron pa silang tig 1/3 share dyan sa 33,000 na yan. So, punta na tayo kay April. So, kay April, ito na yung last natin na, kasi di ba na, ito na yung last remaining assets mo. So, itong April, parang makikita mo, medyo mas kamukha na siya ng lump sum kasi hindi mo na kailangan mag-compute ng possible loss, hindi mo na kailangan mag-compute ng safe payments kasi nga, last na ito at nabenta mo na lahat ng assets mo. So, your remaining assets is 33,000, your balance as of March, di ba? Copy lang natin yan dito. 33. And then, for Lainey, Love, and Logic. Kaya your realization of assets and the loss distribution, you receive 12,000 for an asset worth 33,000. So you have lost of 21,000. Divide that by 3 and you'll get 7,000 each for their share in the loss. So katulad lang ng ginagawa natin, even sa lump sum, let's check kung magkano yung remaining. And wala ka ng liabilities to pay, of course, binayaran mo na siya sa first installment. So your cash available for distribution is 12,000 to be distributed based on their remaining capital share. So we give them 4,000, 4,000 for a total of 12,000, and there you have it. Done na yung partnership liquidation. Okay? So, clear ba tayo dun sa sample problems natin? So, I will be sending this to you too para meron kayong basis. Or I'll give this to your organizers so they can send it out to you guys. So, yan. So, balik tayo sa ating PowerPoint and I hope naintindihan niyo siya. And of course, we will be solving sample problems. Sorry. Wait lang. So for our problems, we have a knowledge. So ready na ba kayo guys na mag-solve? Okay, before that, let's see kung meron mo ng question.
Guys, if may question kayo, you can ask Miss Cruz about partnership liquidation. Ayan, or you can chat her na lang din or sa chat box.
Okay. So, if you have no questions, kung may question kayo, chat nyo lang. I'll be reading them. But for now, let me give you, may time pa ba tayo? So, hindi naman siya ganun kahirap. Pero you have to solve this problem and I'll give you, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes. And then, saka natin isa-solve. So, try nyo muna tong problem na to on your own. And then, solve uli natin siya mamaya sa Excel. Okay? So, On December 31, 2020, ito yung accounting records ni TNS Partnership. So, take note, merong drawing si Tokyo, tsaka si Stockholm. Tapos, meron ding loan si Nairobi. Remember, kailangan nyo siyang i-account sa partnership interest bago kayo mag-start ng liquidation process. So, you have to answer how much is the loss on liquidation and how much will Tokyo receive. So, I'll give you 10 minutes or let's say 15 para sagutan. So guys, I really encourage you to answer this, to solve this on your own so that you'll know the process. And then pag diniscuss natin mamaya, makita nyo kung tama yung thought process niyo or meron bang dapat i-correct. Okay? Go, go, go. So sige, 10 minutes for you to answer that. Kapag meron nang natapos sa inyo, paki-private chat sa akin. Kung meron nang natapos, you can chat it to me. You can chat or you can privately chat to me. Kailangan nyo magsagot, guys, para mas ma-support yung learning process natin. May natapos na ba? So, kung mapapansin nyo dito sa problem na to, ang binigay na kaagad sa atin is yung cash distribution to partner. So, may pag-workback tayo na gagawin. Unlike sa mga previous examples natin. May kakanta daw muna pala habang nagsasagot tayo, sabi ni Coach Joy. Bakit next session pa, Kelly? Ngayon na, para ma-witness ko. Paano ba naman yan?
Go, Kelly! Kelly! Yung Japanese, Kelly.
Sige, okay lang, go! Since medyo challenging na onti yung problem natin kasi workback siya, so I think mas makakatulong sa participants natin yung a little more time for them. Kaya siguro mas okay na mag-perform muna si Kelly, no?
Baka ma-distract lang po sila tapos di makapag-solve ng maayos.
Hindi yan, gaganahan sila. Tingnan mo, Kelly. Japanese eh. Hindi naman nila naintindihan yung lyrics. Okay lang.
Saan tayo magsagot, oh? Para saan ako mag-solve?
Hindi ko na po naalala yung
Kelly!
next session na lang po, please.
Yung mas naiyak ka pa sa performance kaysa sa sasagutan.
Parang
Mas na maiyak sa sasagutan kasi madali lang.
parang mas slow na lang magsagot.
More time. Ano ba yan, Kelly?
Kelly, come on, Japanese.
Interview session na lang po.
Ano?
Huwag na lang po. Interview na lang, wag na lang po kanta. Di po
Oh,
talaga ako ready today.
Sayang naman.
Coach Joy, next session daw. Siguraduhin yung kumanta siya. Record niya lang para makita ko, no?
Oo nga, record na lang natin. Medyo nahiya.
Kaya nga,
Pero sa,
wait,
diba? Akala ko pa naman, hindi takot si Kelly sa ano.
Ay, takot na takot po.
Diba, baka nandito na yung ano, sagot sa pangarap mo, Kelly. Come on, Kelly.
Di po na po mababago yung mundo.
Pupush ka namin. Okay lang, tayo pa lang naman nandito. Dali na, hindi naman natin ikakalat yung record. Saka naka-off cam ka naman. Okay lang yan.
Dato, camera, ito ka.
Yun! Woo!
Magandang dakete. Paso, todo
Yes.
kanay. Pasyo, de bagkura kuwi, suru. Toke no hari mo futari yo. Yukumini minagara susumu. So na sekai futari de isho iya. Nansho demo iki nuite ikuo. Wala na akong utang.
Wow! Ang galing! Hindi nga namin naintindihan eh, pero ang galing. O,
Hindi kita
diba?
naman yung sinabi ko.
O, tama naman. Okay lang, di naman namin na-gets eh. Sige, sa mga kaya pang kumanta dyan, no, baka naman, no.
Core, baka naman core.
Oo nga. Si Kelly nga, si Tinray na, o, di ba?
Si Jenny din po, kumakanta yan eh.
kumanta. Baka si Coach Joy marunong.
Ayan.
Ay,
Yung
hindi
gusto
na
ko
kasi
marinig.
ako kumakanta, guys, eh. More on nagsasalita lang talaga ako. Gustuin ko man, pero talagang wala na akong kabisadong kanta. Si Nessa daw, sabi, meron nagre-request Nessa. Nessa, let's go Nessa. Siyempre, hindi naman papatalo si President ng JPIA. Grabe. So, sino gusto kay Nessa naman? Come on.
Grabe, hindi rin po ako nakanta.
Hindi naman nire-request yan kung hindi ka nakakanta eh. Tingin ko talaga. Dream niya talaga intermission.
Basta yan. Baka po yung nag-volunteer sa akin marunong.
Si
Ayan, duet na lang
Aliyah.
daw, duet.
Duet na lang kayo ni Aliyah. Sige. Japanese din Dali, sundan nyo naman yung intermission ni Kelly. Come on.
Baka malaglag yung natutunan sa tutorial pag kumanta kami.
Okay lang yan.
Nessa.
Come on. Sinong gusto? Aliyah saka si Nessa. Come on, Nessa.
Hala, yung MC na lang po. Sila po kumakanta talaga.
Si Jenny kumakanta po yan nung yung padaan ng oras.
Oo. Kantahan niyo naman yung teacher natin ngayon. Dali.
Jenny, kataan mo nung Jenny, nung kay Sarah Geronimo. Jenny. Asan ka na, Jenny?
Go, Jenny.
Bilis na, Jenny, go na.
Ayo, nag-request na.
Mukhang pakanta na siya eh. Unmute mo na, bilis.
Go, Jenny.
Game, Jenny. Yan na.
Bakit may request?
Ganun
May
talaga.
nag-request na mag-amin. Hindi ko na. Ang tagal ko na mong hindi kumakanta.
Go, Jenny.
Pala before, marunong kumanta.
Hindi ko po na. Ala, kinakabahan ako.
Jenny. Chipin natin si Jenny. Jenny.
Ano ba yan? Napasubok naman ako. Hala, hindi ko na alam.
Yan,
Hindi ko na.
come on.
Kelly, hindi
Bukod
ko
sa
na naman alam
magiging
yun.
CPA pa.
Ano yun, Jenny? Dumadaan ang... Go.
Dumadaan ang araw, di mo na malaya na ubusan ka ng oras. Pwede bang humiling isa pang araw na ikaw lang ang kasama? Kulang na kulang ang
Oh,
panahon,
diba?
di sapat. Kelly!
Go, Jenny.
Sapat ang meron tayo ngayon. Pwede bang humiling isa pang araw? Kinakabahan pa.
Kinakabahan ka ba
Diba?
yan? Parang yun ay normal ko.
Ano po kasi
Galing
si
naman
Kelly po kasi kumanta kaya kailangan
Oo
mag-exert
naman.
din ako na
O, ayan
effort.
na. Every session daw yun na yung ano mo. Intermission mo daw. Intermission
Yes, ang galing. Palakpakan naman natin si Jenny.
Yung
Si
isa pang
Maricore din
MC.
po. Kumakanta din po yan. Paano yun, Cor? Yung di lang
Sunod.
ikaw. Let's go, Cor.
Let's go, Cor. Si Kelly
Cor
talaga,
naman, si
isa-isa
Cor.
na
Okay,
kami.
come on, syempre hindi papatalo si ano. Ako na pala na ghost, no? Sige, Ariel, come on.
Sure po ba kayo?
Sure na sure, Cor. Sure na sure.
Go, Cor.
Okay lang, hindi naman kami natatakot eh.
Ah,
Ariel, come on.
Hindi lang ikaw ang nahihirapan. Damdamin ko rin ay naguguluhan. Hindi lang ikaw ang nababahala. Pulong ng isip, huwag kang pakawalan. Ngunit puso ko ay kailangan kang iwan.
Palakpakan naman natin.
Bakit naman
Yes,
nun,
marunong
Cor?
naman pala kumanta.
Meron pa po.
Hello.
Po.
Galing guys. Ang galing guys. Thank you so much for your inspiring
Gagaling. Ang gagaling.
intermission numbers.
Galing,
Napasubo
congrats
ka
guys,
nila.
congrats. You face your fear.
Oh, nahihiya pa daw, Coach Joy. Nakakainis.
Diba? Oo nga
Yan,
eh.
marunong pala kumanta. Hindi kayo na. Charot. Galing,
Si
guys.
Kelly, hinaya eh.
Kaya nga eh.
Taob na taob yung intermission ko. Di na ako uulit.
Uy, meron ka pa isang session.
Kelly, ang
Next
lamang,
session pa.
ang lamang ni Kelly, Japanese.
Oo
Wala.
nga po.
Panis
Hindi
kayo kay
namin
Kelly.
kaya yun.
Napamate.
namin. Uy, Kelly, meron pa sa next session. Ano ka?
Wala na akong utang.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Alright. Sana naman guys, nakapagsagot kayo. Go guys.
Ay, diba? Napakadami ng time na binigay namin sa inyo. At kaya naman. So, wala pa rin nagsisend sa akin. Sige, okay lang. Kung ayaw nyo talagang mag-send sa akin, let's just solve the problem. And this is a knowledge application ng mga pinag-aralan natin kanina. Sige. Start ulit, mag-Excel ulit tayo. Wait lang. Wala pa pala akong template. Sorry. Okay, sa Excel na lang natin i-solve. I think mas okay ko kasi siyang madidiscuss kapag sa Excel. Okay. Ngayon, anong kailangan natin gawin sa pagsosolve nito? basahin ulit natin yung problem. On December 31, 2020, the accounting records of TNS Partnership included the following information. So binigay niyo na sa atin kung ano yung mga ganap at transactions sa capital accounts ng partners. So as I said before we start, i-account muna natin tong mga drawing sa capital partners. So lagay natin dito si Tokyo. Dito na. Tokyo. Kilala niyo ba sila? Nairobi. Para sa mga fans ng Money Heist. Tokyo, Nairobi, and Stockholm. Stockholm. Ang cute ng cat, Coach Joy.
Si Cebu. Hello. Sabi mo, hello ka?
Cute, gosh. Okay. So, medyo OC lang tayo. Tokyo. So, ang capital ni Tokyo ay 123,000. Si Nairobi, 100,500 pesos. Sa Stockholm, 108,000. So, alisin natin yung drawing nila na 24,000. At sa Stockholm, 9,000. So, ang total... So, ito yung total nila for the after the drawing. So, ito yung capital interest nila sa pag-compute natin ng liquidation. So, as usual, katulad ng mga ginawa natin kanina, let's lay down our statement of liquidation. Based from there, dito ko na lang ilalagay yung cash, other assets, liabilities, and Tokyo loan. Nairobi loan. Nairobi loan. So, ito si Tokyo Capital, Nairobi Capital, and Stockholm Capital. So, sabi dito sa problem, meron daw siyang total assets na 478,500 including cash. So, meaning yung cash mo is 52,500 and your other assets will be 478,500 less yung cash kasi total assets yung binigay na amount equals to 426,000 pesos. And your liabilities totaled 150,000. And Nairobi loan is 30,000. And then, ano pang given? Partnership was liquidated on December 31, 2020, and Stockholm received 83,250 cash. So, dito sa problem, binigay na kaagad kung magkano yung na-receive ni Stockholm, which is 83,250. Tokyo and Nairobi and Stockholm share net income and losses in a 5:3:2 ratio, respectively. So question is, how much is the loss on liquidation and how much will Tokyo receive? So for this problem, kita naman natin na kailangan mo siyang i-work back. Binigay na niya kaagad binigay na kaagad niya yung ma-receive ni Stockholm, which is 83,250. Kailangan natin siyang i-work back. So, ano yung details na meron tayo? Ito yung meron tayo, di ba? So, ito yung starting capital nila after ng drawing. So, check natin if equal. Capital plus liabilities is 478,500. Cash and other assets is 478,500. Okay, so tama naman yung given. So, ito yung balances before liquidation. Baba lang natin. So, binigay sa atin yung cash na na-receive ni Stockholm. Ang kailangan natin gawin, let's see what happened between the 99,000 interest and the 83,250 distributed. Ibig sabihin, nabawasan ng 15,750 yung interest mo. Kaya ang nabigay na lang sa'yo is 83,250. Then, kung maaalala natin, ang sharing nila is 5:3:2. 5, mas comfortable ako, okay lang gawin natin 50% to 30% to 20%. So, ito kasi yung partnership sharing nila. 5:3:2. Dali. 5:3:2. So, ginawa ko lang percentage para mas madali natin siyang magamit. So, in this given, sorry, wait lang ha. Para maayos yung sheet natin. So, in this given, meron kang loss na 15,500. So, ito lang yan. Difference ng 99,000 minus yung na-receive. Ito yung loss na share ni Stockholm. Ibig sabihin, itong 15,000 Stockholm. Itong 15,750 is only 20% ng loss. 20% lang siya ng loss. So to get the loss on liquidation na tinatanong sa atin, you just have to get the whole amount of this 15% of this 15,000. So gawin ko lang, total loss on liquidation is just 15,000 is the 20%. So divide ko lang siya sa 20%. Ibig sabihin, ito yung total loss on liquidation. So, ibig sabihin, 78,750 yung loss sa pagbebenta ng assets. So, kumpletuhin lang natin. Kunin natin yung 30%. times 30%. Negative pala dapat. Times 50%. So, ito yung total loss on liquidation. Ibig sabihin, nung binenta niya si 426,000, nang binenta niya ito, okay, cash received from sale of assets. And then, book value of assets sold. Loss on realization. So, ang na-receive mo is 426,000, ang book value ng assets sold mo is 426,000. Ang loss mo on realization is 78,750. Ibig sabihin, ang nakuha mong amount is 347.50. Okay? Tingnan natin. 78,750, tama. 78,750, tama. So, after our realization of assets, we have to pay the liabilities. Diretso ko na. So, we have to pay 150,000. And then, right of offset na 30,000 kay na row B. So, plus 30,000 pa siya dito. So, na-account ba natin lahat? Okay, let's check. $249,750. 249,750. Payments to partners. Okay, so, kung mapapansin nyo, medyo nag-shortcut lang tayo, hindi lang tayo nag-subtotal every time na may gagawin tayong step. Dinaretso ko ng realization of asset, based sa computation natin. Then yung payment of liabilities na 150,000, tsaka yung right of offset ni Nairobi na 30,000. So if we sum it all up, ang nakuhang pera ni Stockholm based sa given natin is 83,250. Ang makukuhang pera ni Tokyo is 59,625. For Nairobi, 106,875. And for Stockholm, 83,250. So the other question is, how much is the loss on liquidation? The answer is 78,700. Okay? Okay. Wala namang question so far. Next. So for our next question, madali lang to actually. Kaya nyo to ng, let's say, 3 minutes. Okay? For our next question, okay, very easy lang to at meron pang multiple choice, guys. So, a cash distribution plan for the Folger, Glover, and Hale partnership was as follows. So, first, installment liquidation to. So, yung first daw, merong 250,000, next is 100,000, next is 150,000, and then the remainder, ganito siya hinati, 20, 35, and 45. So if 850,000 of cash was distributed by the partnership, this is the total amount of cash distributed. How much was received respectively by Folger, Glover, and Hale? So this is a very, very easy question. You can do it in 5 minutes. So let me give you 5 minutes. Compute nyo lang kung magkano na-receive per partner. Okay? 48. Okay, let's begin ko kayo 5 minutes. Thank you sa unang nag-send ng kanyang answer. Very much appreciated. So, kung may sagot na kayo, just tell me. You can chat me privately, okay? So, okay. Second answer in. Thank you. 2 minutes. Okay, you're done. So let's discuss. So based sa problem natin, ang given is so if meron daw binigay na 850,000 of cash in total. So ibig sabihin ang total natin dito is 850,000. So ibig sabihin yung remainder is 350,000. Okay? So basically, kailangan lang naman natin siyang i-divide based sa mga binigay na percentages dito sa ating problem. So yung first 250,000 daw, 100% of it goes to the creditor. So to the priority creditor. So 250,000 dyan agad. So the next 100,000 is given daw to Folger at 70% and to Glover ba or to Hale? To Glover at 30%. So that's a total of 100,000. Their distribution is 11/15 at saka for over 15 kay Folger times 11/15 kay Hale is times 4/15. Remainder of that is 20%, 35, and 45. Sorry, 20, 35, 45. So 350 times 20%, 350 times 35%, 350 times 45%. So the totals are so the answer is letter D. 250,000 for Folger, 152,500 for blower, and 197,500 for hail. Okay? So don't worry, we'll send the Excel file. So that concludes our discussion for today. I hope you understood. And kung may questions kayo, chat lang kayo, and you can also message me. So thank you very much, and I hope for the best sa studies ninyo, sa board exam, and even as you go to your workplace. Basta sipag lang at syaga. Okay lang mahirap. Mahirap talaga. Okay lang magkamali. Okay lang may bumagsak na quiz. Basta galingan sa final exams and sa board exam. At I know that the best is yet to come for all of you guys. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Ms. Cruz, for providing us your expertise and knowledge about the partnership liquidation, its concept, and the methods of partnership liquidation. And also to our motivational speaker, Ms. Reyes, thank you po. And of course, great job, JPNs. Alam ko na marami kayong natutunan today. And we hope you guys were able to grasp new learnings.
Yeah, and that's right, Cor. Again, we would like to express our deepest gratitude to our guest lecturer, Ms. Cian M. Cruz, for your time and efforts, and for imparting to us an in-depth and detailed knowledge about partnership liquidation in our fourth parkour tutorial session. Of course, to Ms. Reyes din po sa ating motivational speaker. Ayan.
I agree, Jenny. JPNs, alam ko na sobrang dami niyo matutunan at syempre nag-enjoy din kayo sa session natin today. We are very grateful to have you this morning. Let's give a warm of applause to Ms. Cruz and Ms. Reyes.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Mr. Kelly. And that concludes our Domi Parkour 4th tutorial session. We hope you guys were able to grasp new learnings from our speakers for today. And for the reminders, please do answer the evaluation form, the link of which will be provided on our chat box. So this form will serve as your registration for this event. So please do accomplish it.
Before we end, we would like to request everyone to open your cameras and show to us those fresh faces of yours for our photo opportunity.
Sino pwede mag-take ng photo? Open cam kayo guys. Huwag na kayo mahiya.
Yan nga, nakikita natin ang mga participants natin.
Yes.
Yan na.
Hindi na
Kanta ulit si Kelly.
Ay, hindi na po. Pag-isipan ko sa susunod.
Go, Kelly.
So, ayan. Picture muna tayo, guys. 3, 2, 1. Isa pa. Wait. Three, 2, 1. Isa pa. Wala. Ganun. Three, 2, 1. Isa pa. 3, 2, 1. Ayan, good
Yung
stuff.
pose ba dapat?
Oo nga, hindi naubusan na po ako ng pose.
I'm sorry.
Yun na nga, kanta ka na lang.
Oo nga.
Mag-aaral muna ako ng bagong language before sa next na na intermission ko.
Espanyol. Usap tayo Espanyol.
Pwede.
Pero feeling ko si si Mishan, marunong din kumanta.
next session. Maraming mag-intermission.
Mapapasubog naman yung mga iba nating participants or officers. Ayan,
Si
again,
Coach mo, hindi kumakanta yan.
sa susunod na session.
Wag baka umulan.
Ayan, again, we would like to thank you, participants, of course, our project head, our event coordinators, our technical team for organizing this event, our partner organization, Youth on the Rock. Thank you very much po. And of course, to our speakers, our motivational speaker, Ms. Reyes, and to our guest lecturer, Ms. Cruz. Thank you very much po for joining us today. So good luck, students. Study hard and dream big. Again, I am Jenny Rose A. Hidalgo.
Thank you rin sa inyo.
I am Ariel Maricor Mojica signing off. Don't forget to accomplish the evaluation form, JPNs. Thank you, JPNs. Stay safe and see you on our next session. To end this event, may we call on again Mr. Kelly for our closing prayer.
Let us be aware of God's presence within and among us. Dearest and ever-loving Father, we thank you for giving us this opportunity to help others to becoming excellent for your glory. We are grateful for endowing us with your light and guidance, and for continually opening doors within which we can serve and learn. Thank you for allowing these participants to partake in today's event and for paving the way for us to meet such great people without whom this event would never have commenced. We pray that you continue to empower them to take on challenges that will change their lives and their perspectives, and that you grant them the wisdom and resilience in striving for growth and progress. May their calling to serve be an inspiration to the youth and a catalyst of positive influence in the society. Thank you for helping us in making this event successful and for transforming our tiresome preparations into a moment of learning and cooperation. We pray that you continue to guide us in our future sessions, as well as in the endeavors that each of us plan to accomplish. May your presence be the voice that reminds us to dedicate ourselves to becoming better. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you very much sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
guys. See ya. Thank you.
Thank you. See ya.
Thank you, Nessa.
Ayan, sa mga hindi pa po nakakapag-access ng link, kung hindi po masasend dito sa chat box, then check your group chats. I think masasend naman doon, i-follow up doon ng mga assigned officers. That's all. Thank you, guys, and see you sa next sessions natin. Thank you po. Thank you po, Miss Cruz, Miss Reyes, Ramondi. Thank you po.
Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye po.
God bless po.